Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Bottoms. And this movie came out in 2023, and it's directed by Emma Seligman, if I pronounced that correctly. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It was a surprise for me. I was not expecting to enjoy it at all. I was just curious, what does a comedy movie, like a teen comedy or whatever movie, look like in 2023? That's what I was expecting this to be. I was kind of expecting it to be bad and just unfunny and not for me, but surprisingly enough, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I laughed a decent amount, and most of the movie was enjoyable for me. I was with the tone of the film. It was very cartoonish, and ultimately, your suspension of disbelief has to be out the window, basically, at many points in the film, because there are some points where, like, yeah, this would not be acceptable in any school, I would imagine, but even with possibly some standards being changed, I do not believe for a second that what is being shown on screen would actually be tolerated. And I was always with the tone of the film, and I did like the characters, and I found them to be likable and fun to watch. And I did kind of find it funny that our two main leads were just trying to just talk their way out of everything and just pretend to be someone they're not. And that was pretty funny for me, just the way it was handled. I was always with the cartoonish tone of the film. It never took me out of the movie, despite it asking me to suspend my disbelief as much as possible, like I've said already. And the movie is very fast-paced. It wasn't into that far into the movie where we got like a montage. I felt as though once we got to that point, I was like, holy crap, we're here already? And it just kept moving and moving, and no scene dragged the movie down for me in particular. There were a couple moments that I didn't really find funny, and those were my least favorite aspects of the movie. But for the most part, I didn't feel the runtime of the film. It's an hour and a half, the perfect runtime, that nice little sweet spot, just 90 minutes. And I liked where the story went overall, and the climax for the movie was fun. I had fun with the climax in particular. It was very memorable, and there's one shot in particular that is really standing out to me, and this movie isn't poorly shot, surprisingly. Like, there are parts of the movie that I do remember visually. A few criticisms that I did have with the film is that I did feel as though there were some elements of the plot that were kind of clunky and could have been improved upon. The antagonists of the film I found to be pretty weak and just didn't really add to the overall experience. There were parts where a character was trying to be intimidating, and just the way it was performed, I get it, it's supposed to be goofy, but I was just thinking of other things whenever those scenes were going on. And also, this movie does follow the traditional first act, second act, third act. Like, it doesn't do anything groundbreaking with structure. Like, there's going to be a second act low point. I don't think that's a spoiler for the film, but once we got to that moment in the film, it was like, this doesn't feel like it really hits, or just felt out of place to me. It just didn't earn it overall, if you ask me. And my favorite character was the teacher character. He was pretty funny in the movie. Not because he's one of very few male characters who has a lot of screen time in this movie, but rather just what they do with this character I found to be very entertaining. And that's about all I have to say about Bottoms. I had fun. I enjoyed the movie more than I expected to. It was a surprise for me. I don't know what I was expecting. I had very low expectations, and I was surprised with what I got. So definitely check this movie out whenever you get the chance. It's funny, it has likable characters, and a story that works well enough for what they're going for. And I did enjoy the violence, and the characters felt authentic to me, like, even if they're a bit exaggerated as to what a character like this would be in real life, they're still likable characters. And I always was with the film as far as the tone was concerned, so check this movie out first chance you get, and it's on Amazon Prime currently. Hopefully it stays there and never gets removed from there, because there's no physical media release for this film, as far as I know. So you're going to have to stream it, and hopefully it's not one of those movies that just disappears forever. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Bottoms a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thought of bottoms, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Wait Until Dark. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.